Most changes in life are inevitable and unexpected. When you've known someone your whole life, you never think they will change. And when it comes to people like my great uncle Harold or my best friend's grandmother Rosario, you wish they wouldn't.
Now both people in that film, both of the main characters have passed away. My grandmother ended up developing Alzheimer's, and she also passed away. So I still think it's a really important topic. Hi, I'm Keisha, and I'm the Director of Workforce and External Partnerships at RealWorks, and I got my start at RealWorks. When I was at RealWorks, I was a high school senior, and this was 2007. Being a part of the RealWorks community was an invaluable experience. I think that I felt like I was a part of a very exclusive group. I mean, my whole career path definitely was directly influenced by the time I spent at RealWorks. Since I was a participant in the RealWorks program in 2007, I have worked on numerous documentaries and nonfiction projects. I went to Temple University and I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree. First, I was a production assistant, associate producer, and then worked my way up to be a producer. My last project was a documentary that aired on BET with the Tribeca Film Festival, and that came out this past June 2020. So even now, I actually work at RealWorks and I oversee their workforce program to help other young people gain access to the industry. I still have a little bit of creative juices in me, and so from time to time, I'll dabble in a little bit of creative work.
Most changes in life are inevitable and unexpected. When you've known someone your whole life, you never think they will change. And when it comes to people like my great uncle Harold or my best friend's grandmother Rosario, you wish they wouldn't.
Rosario Vicens was born in Mexico, November 3rd, 1926.
She's a very nice person since I met her for the first time. Very friendly, very happy, and catch your heart right away.
Harold Emanuel. He was born in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, 1922.
I had a great relationship with my father. We could talk about anything. We could argue about anything.
He was very talkative. Once he got started, he didn't know when to stop. But he was always friendly toward people. Just don't get him real mad.
I remember one time after I had graduated with my second master's, my mother said, I hope you're not looking for your diploma. I was looking for something else. I said, no. She said, because your father took it to work to show people.
In the beginning, it was okay. We were dealing with it, but then he would start getting missing.
They had the helicopters out, detectives looking for him. One time they found him in 2 days. One time it was in Manhattan. You don't know how he got there, but he was in Manhattan and they found him and they put him in Bellevue Hospital because they didn't have any ID on him.
When she first moved in with us, it was kind of funny to us because she used to do a lot of crazy things. Like, she used to make us laugh a lot. And it was kind of exciting because, we would try to keep her in from running away. Like, she was like another kid. Like, she was like a bad kid.
We were constantly like, it was such a burden. Like, mom this, mom that. Everything was like always arguing with her, trying to convince her that what she was saying, what she was feeling, nothing's gonna happen to her. She was very frightened. Help me, she would scream out the window, help me, police, somebody, my daughter's trying to hurt me.
We used to fall asleep and she'd wake up in the middle of the night, and then when we wake up, we used to find shoes like on the beds and some on the kitchen tables and stuff. And then she started forgetting like our names.
Sometimes she would just make crazy stories up that are not true. And she was just different.
Oh.
So you're 85.
85. Really?
Uh-huh. Oh, well, you will be in September. So you're 84 now. Tell her in the camera.
I'm in the camera.
Yeah, tell her.
84. Is that right?
Right, that's right.
He started to show signs of Alzheimer's about 5 years ago. The man who knew how to get everywhere, all of a sudden, gradually, couldn't think of where to drive to. And driving was his profession.
Some days he doesn't know who I am. He'll call me somebody else. But he always remembered my daughter.
I won't say that our relationship has changed. It's changed a lot because the way he talks and acts, it's a difference, great difference.
When we get married, what happened when we got married?
I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't remember. Where did I meet you?
January 29, 1949.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
In Alzheimer's disease, the mind dies first. Names, dates, places, the interior scrapbook of entire life fade into the mist of non-recognition.
I take care of Rosario's, and she's having Alzheimer's disease, and she don't know about anything because she just has to do everything for her.
There are times when sometimes we feel it's like not a burden, but like we do have to sacrifice some stuff because she can't be home by herself ever.
She used to make me crazy. Like, I don't know why, but she used to make me crazy. So one time I was just yelling at her. I was like, Grandma, stop screaming, stop screaming. Like, I was just yelling back at her because she was making me crazy, because she was going crazy. And then I think I screamed so much at her, and I don't know why, I was like really stressed out. But then I started like crying, and I went to her and I was like, and I knew she didn't understand me. I knew she wasn't understanding what I was saying. So I was like, Grandma, I'm sorry. I was trying to speak in Spanish. I was like, yo te amo mucho. She just came out of nowhere and she just snapped out of her little Alzheimer's stage she was having. And she goes, you know, I love you too. She was like, I remember when I used to watch you, when we grew up, you know, when you was growing up, I watched you. And that day I was just crying, and I remember my mother was at church. And she came back, and I told my mother, and I was crying to my mother. I was like, my God, Grandmother, like, she remembered me. She remembered me out of nowhere. Like, I didn't think she knew who I was.
My relationship with her, from my side, is more like very loving, like my son. He's really taught me a lot to care for my mom, like the way he sees my mom like this beautiful angel, you know, like this doll, and he just wants to eat her up all the time, and that's how I've been able to like really see her that way too. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Ah? ¿Qué? Good night. Good night. ¿Te vas a dormir? ¿Te vas a dormir? Okay, love you. Un besito. I love you.
Death is hard. Death is hard. Death is hard. You know, that's about what I'd have to do. I mean, the mourning process, you get flashes of memory, you remember throughout the day. You're trying to keep busy, but I didn't remember how difficult mourning a person who's so close to you is. And I try to contain myself with the good memories, and like someone said to me, boy, you're blessed to have had your parents, you know, as long as you had them, and to have a great relationship with your mom and your dad. So I feel blessed.
If you like this video, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with all of the RealWorks YouTube videos. And don't forget to watch the films of the next generation of filmmakers. At RealWorks, we believe that when you change the storytellers, you change the world. support Real Works.